Gundam fans and mecha heads, and welcome to my review of the Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn television spin-off. That's right, this is my review of the very first episode of Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn, Re-0096. I am a huge fan of the Gundam anime series, and I've always wanted to do a review of Gundam Unicorn, which I think is honestly one of the best. It's definitely in my top 5 favorite Gundam anime series, and originally it was based on a novel, there was some manga spin-offs, and there was even an anime version which came out on DVD and Blu-ray, and I pretty much got all of those, and I love them! Check them out! They're really, really great. However, the good folks at Sunrise have given us a television adaptation of the OVA, which is to say, they've taken the OVA and they've chopped it into a lot of little pieces, and they're going to extend it into a long-running anime series. Supposedly, there's also going to be some extra footage which is going to be added to this adaptation. In the first episode, it pretty much doesn't exist. It's basically just the first 24 minutes of the OVA, and each OVA is about an hour or longer, so they're definitely going to take their time with this series, and I can't wait to see what they're going to add to it that's going to be brand new. That being said, if you've never seen Gundam Unicorn, this might be the perfect way to actually view it, because you're going to be seeing all of the old stuff, lots of new footage, and this is a Gundam series that I can recommend to just about anyone. It's so damn gorgeous, it's got great mobile suit designs, and it's a great continuation of the original Mobile Suit Gundam timeline, Universal Century. So what's going on in Gundam Unicorn? This story takes place a couple years after Char Aznavour's rebellion, where both he and Amuro Ray had their final battle. It is now 0096, and it looks like the Earth Federation and the Zeon forces are still having a little bit of friction. There's a new group known as Neo Zeon, and this other group which is known as the Vist Foundation, run by this guy by the name of Cardius Vist. They're creating this massive experimental mobile suit, which is the titular mobile suit of the series, which doesn't really do anything in the first episode at all aside from a small test flight in its very first form, but don't worry, you're going to see a lot of cool things from this Gundam, easily one of the coolest Gundams from the entire series. And they're all going after this secret item which is known as Laplace's Box. This is basically going to be the important item of the series. The Triforce, if you will. Everybody wants a piece of it. But aside from all that political mumbo-jumbo, the main star of this episode is Banagher Lynx, the main character of the series, who in many ways is kind of like a composite of every classic Gundam pilot. And he's also going to be teaming up with this mysterious girl whose name is not revealed in this episode. However, fans of old school Gundam will probably realize she looks kind of familiar, and you'll probably be able to figure out who she is. If you just keep watching the series, it will all become clear. I'm going to try my best to avoid spoilers as I review the TV version, because I want you guys who have never seen the series to experience this along with me. Hopefully, we'll get to see some new scenes too, which I can't really wait to talk about. But the best thing about this episode was, of course, the initial introduction between this mysterious girl and Banagher Lynx, because using his Spider Sense new type abilities, he actually noticed that when she snuck into this industrial colony that she was falling from the sky, so he went on this crazy mission by picking up this construction mobile suit and grabbing her in midair and having this amazingly stylized crash when they go back to the Earth, when she gets ready to go to her other plan, which involves preventing war, and Banagher Lynx is basically going to be her White Knight, ending this week's episode. So, what's the rundown on this week's episode of Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn Re-0096? This is basically just the OVA chopped into a lot of pieces. That being said, if you haven't seen it before, it's definitely worth seeing. The mobile suit battles in particular are great. Without a doubt, my favorite thing about this episode is the action scene between Neo Zeon and the Londo Bell forces, where Marita Cruz pilots her quad-wing mobile suit, which is so damned awesome looking. I love the 4 different fins all around the body, which contain funnels. She's such an amazing mobile suit pilot, and she was going up against some really great opponents as well. The mobile suit battles here just look so damn amazing. Every single hit, every single beam saber, every single missile that is launched, you feel the impact and force and speed of all of it. That combined with just the slick production value, the amazing color schemes, and the great booming soundtrack make this series definitely in the very top of mobile suit battles from the Gundam anime series. It's pretty freaking stellar is really what I am trying to say, and definitely one of the highlights, if not the highlight, of Gundam Unicorn are its action scenes. So if you just want to see some robots beating the shit out of each other, check out this show. It definitely delivers that in spades. I also want to give some props to the soundtrack of this series. It really fits every single time there's a big mobile suit battle, or even when there's something just normal going on, like seeing Banagher hang out with his friends, or when they're in class. I love the look of that classroom, by the way, too. How the gravity makes it so a lot of the students have to be on the wall sideways. You'd think that would make them sick and they'd be puking all over each other, but whatever. And speaking of music again, there's also a brand new opening and ending for the series, which is really great for people who've already seen it because there's a lot of new imagery in there, and it frankly just looks awesome. A lot of the favorite mobile suits from the series just beating the ever-living crap out of each other. It looks really cool. The ending also has some big spoilerific imagery in it too, especially for people who have never seen the series. That being said, I think it looks pretty damn awesome. So yeah, the very first episode of this television spinoff is basically the first chunk of this Blu-ray right here. So if you've seen it, you can basically skip it. However, if you've not seen Gundam Unicorn, check out this episode. It'll definitely get you invested. Thing to note though, this is a Gundam anime series that assumes you've seen a lot of old Gundam, especially from the 0079 era and beyond. They're going to expect you to remember some certain characters. There are going to be a lot of classic ones who are going to be appearing in the series. One of the big names was dropped in this episode, Bright Noah. Yes, the bitch-slapping captain will be making an appearance, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And all of the crazy mobile suit action from Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn. Re-0096. I'm gonna give the first episode a 5 out of 5. Despite the fact that this was just a small chunk of one OVA episode, it's still pretty damn high quality and a lot better than some of the other anime that I've been seeing nowadays. Not to mention, again, if you haven't seen this anime, this is going to be the perfect Gundam to watch while we wait for the second season of Iron-Blooded Orphans. So check it out, Gundam fans. Check it out, Mecha fans, and if you haven't seen it, especially check it out. So did you guys watch the very first episode of Gundam Unicorn Re-0096? Did you already see the OVA before? If you saw this episode for the very first time, tell me what you thought about it in the comments section below. Did you have a favorite new character who was introduced? Any old characters that you want to see? Did you like those mobile suit battles? What do you think of the Gundam Unicorn itself? And what do you want to see from the rest of this spin-off, especially all the new material? Please tell me in the comments section below. You guys are awesome. Thank you for watching this review. I really appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you'll see all of our latest anime and manga reviews. You guys can also follow us on social media. All that stuff is in the description box below. Thank you guys again for watching, and as always, stay dandy, baby.